Howdy everybody, my name is Austin. Um, Coming back after a week since my last upload because I wanted to discuss basically furthering what I was bringing up the last video, which was being thankful for the present because everything's temporary. So, you know, um, in keeping with the theme, I want to basically say everything's temporary and that's okay, you know? So the backstory to this was under intoxication. You know, I was high basically. I had made a very potent basically weed cake, ate it, and got more high than I've been probably in a long time. And you know, I'm probably smoking like at least 4 fucking wasp, 4 to 6 joints a day. So, well, not really anymore. And maybe that contributed to that because I have been trying to cut back a little bit on that. Um, Anywho, I got really high. I only ate 2 pieces of this cake, and I was sitting there at my desk, and I was, I cried, man. What can I say? I cried, bro. And, I, almost never cry anymore, dude. And, it was only because I was like, wow, everything's temporary, and that's okay, you know? In the late 2010s, precisely maybe like mid to late 2010s, I didn't realize that at that time I was probably making some of the most core memories of at least my young adulthood in my life, which was odd because I remember feeling generally anxious and discontent all the time, but I could just be misremembering my life. Um, and then I kind of messed all that up and started getting into drinking heavily, you know. And while it was fun, like that summer, being basically a full-fledged alcoholic was fun, like, it wasn't good and it wasn't healthy for me, and it really strained a lot of relationships around me, and I didn't even really realize that, you know, at first. Um, and it had followed me throughout significant chunks of time, like alcoholism, basically. And then, of course, in the midst of all of that, I was, of course, very nostalgic and missing times where I didn't necessarily need to be drinking to have a good time. And then I didn't really drink a whole lot anymore, except when I could get away with it, because I still had like an alcoholic mentality, but I was with somebody that absolutely would not allow me to basically, you know, drink all the time like that. So, you know, it was a double-edged sword because I definitely, in retrospect, didn't like being with that person, but if they weren't there, I don't know if I would have kicked drinking as quickly. And that's not to say that I didn't have to deal with that problem at different points in my life after that, but I definitely, after that initial time, was really aware of, you know, my issue and how to manage it, and the fact that I kind of would have to limit myself in comparison to uh, normal people or whatever. Oof. Oh my fucking god. Um, yeah. But here's the thing, nobody's ever meant to, like I said, everything's temporary, so, nobody's ever gonna be forever in your life, either you're gonna die before them or they're gonna die before you. That might sound like grim, but that's just like the basic reality of how that works, and there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that that's just how it works. And, what I'm finding is that I really like to kind of view life as an experience that happens to someone rather than something that you're actively navigating, I guess. Because to me, it's like, it's just intersecting plots and characters, right? That's what life is. It's just a continuous weaving intersection of different characters and plots going on. And from arc to arc, or season to season, or whatever you want to call it, nothing is ever identical from one point to the next. You know, I maybe regularly talk to one person that I was hanging out with, say, 10 years ago. In fact, at the end of this month will mark a decade since one of the first, major losses of friends that I had in my life. And, I spoke to that person, one other time, and I was kind of really grossed out, and, don't really want to go into any more detail about it. But even with that, there's a group of 3 guys, and like I said, I still talk to one of them, but we don't talk to the other guy. And then I've also, of course, been involved in other friend groups, and I've spoke to people that I haven't seen physically in 10 years, and then there's people that I probably haven't last physically seen in 10 years, and it's just what it is, finally learned after so many years to be happy and content with what's going on now, because I understand at this point in my life, um, it's all gonna change eventually, uh, and then perhaps one day I'll either be reminiscing about these days just as those were some good times, or who knows, maybe I'll be wishing I had these days back, type of thing. It's been a very unique journey. Especially since I've been going at it alone for like the last 5 years and sort of like stop being like codependent and stuff. And, you know, I wouldn't even really say it gets lonely anymore. Maybe a little bit in the winter, but like, honestly, it doesn't even really feel that lonely. I've got like a lot of people in my life that care about me, and yeah, I might not have like a romantic connection in my life, but as long as I got friends and family that I feel like they're vested in the best my best interests, like I'm not gonna really worry about that shit, man. I've already been down that road a few times, um, so it's nothing that's like mystified to me. It's like already been through it, so it's not like I don't know what I'm missing type of thing.